NFC Pro Bowl underway from Las Vegas. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin. Things at the 25. Stafford on first down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
First down.
And then try the option on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the NFC takes it all the way down the field to score on their opening drive. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl, offense. Let's go.
The AFC takes over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. Marquise Brown, 69 yards. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game, because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Tyreek Hill. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. The shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
from the gun. Here's Stafford. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards there and a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly. And oftentimes on the move, when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. NFC offense set to take their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson forced out to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's not like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. And going deep for Hill. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The interception, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page. Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage. Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it? Absolutely. They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. Jackson. It's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
He's thrown on the return. The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Get me! Let's go! Let's go!
The offense for the AFC set to go now. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On play action, they'll throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stanford. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 14 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now Jones. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Makes the score our home team 24. Visitors.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Left side, it's Beckham. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Chase Young in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10. at their own 6-yard line.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 16 yards, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. Flush to his right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the gun, Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Gets this one to Hill. 7 yards, the pickup there. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
49-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, that one complete to Hill. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
3-yard line.
To the air again, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the AFC's 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the AFC going to get the ball first as we are back underway on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
He's going deep for Brown. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. Hollywood It's Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the AFC able to cut into the lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Jerome Baker.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Calais Campbell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now, how about that play right there? Party, remember when I told you about the home run hitter theory that someone told me years ago?
What's that? Meaning
a guy who hits home runs in the major leagues, go back and trace what he did all the way growing up, probably hit home runs at every level. That's just who he is. Well, this guy sacked people all during the regular season. Why wouldn't he do the same thing here at the Pro Bowl?
And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Stafford. A 50-50 ball here, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here to pick, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
Our home team 33.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
AFC takes over 1st down.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. For 30 more yards and another 1st down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24. His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run.
And Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll drop the throw. And he will score. Touchdown, AFC. From 8 yards out. And the AFC NFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6 points. Well, yes, that's his third touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Down and 10.
They run the counter. It's Jones. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And now here is another interception. Chidobe with a pick, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. His throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run the counter. It's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Again, it's Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today.
30-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
On the return, the AFC takes over 1st and 10.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's got his man on the crossing route. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught in for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And it is gobbled up by the NFC. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Jones, 40 yards. And the NFC adds on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Well, it isn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final